joining us on a brand new Tech Interviews tonight is creator of Utena, the Abridged series, Whip0fAlchemy. Thank you again for being on tonight.
No problem.
So, how have you been doing today?
Alright. Pretty much just hanging around. Yeah.
So nothing new?
Not really. I mean, for once my life isn't crazy, so it's kind of nice for once.
That's good to hear. So, anything in particular you're looking forward to by the end of this year?
End of this year. Christmas presents. I'm not really sure. I mean, I hope I do well in college this. I something to good grades, perhaps.
To get the evening started off, besides that, just tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I'm a crazy person. Let's see. I've been a voice actress for a couple of years now, and I really enjoy doing it. And it'd be awesome if someday I could go professional. But as a backup, I'm currently going to college, and I'm a history major. As of now, I never really know what I'm doing. But that's an artist for you. I'm also an artist and a musician. I used to draw a comic, and I used to play cello. I'm currently learning how to play the harmonica, and I know that sounds really strange, but I get bored and pick up weird little hobbies here and there, like Chinese yo-yo or, weird stuff. Yeah. I like video games. I have since I was 3, and I only wish I could purchase a PS3 and continue my gaming, but I don't really have much time with all my schoolwork anyway. But pretty much that's about it, really.
What got you started helping out with Megami and the others to create Sailor Moon, the Abridged series?
We were all buddies. We all met actually in a anime art class, and we were learning the basics of drawing. And we all started hanging out, and we knew about Little Karibo's series, and we were like, oh, this is funny, taking an anime, shortening it, and making fun of it. So we were kind of just like, hey, maybe we can do something like that. And we all just sort of sat around in Corinne's basement / dungeon and threw ideas around, and it just happened. It's kind of weird, but that's really how it came to be.
Alright, aside from Sailor Moon, the Abridged series, what gave you the inspiration to do Utena, the Abridged series?
Utena is a very long series, and the fans of the series are very passionate about the series. And I kind of wanted to make my own interpretation of the series because I just love it so much. The characters are ridiculous, the plot is ridiculous, everything about it is ridiculous, and yet really beautiful at the same time. So I kind of wanted to take the amazing, serious, deep, and beauty out of it and just, take what's there that's ridiculous and just expand upon it. And I thought, well, I'm already doing Sailor Moon, why don't I try something else also? And I was just like, why not, really, and I'll do it for the fans. My series is really, just saying, it's really not for people who didn't see the series.
Who's your favorite character to voice in your Abridged series?
It's funny because I don't voice too many because I really like getting other actors for the characters, but I currently voice Anthe, Wakaba, and Swabiki. And honestly, I'm not really sure if I have a favorite. Anthe is emotionless, so I can't have much fun with that, but I can make her say crazy shit, which is always fun. Wakaba is just crazy and retarded and chipper, so I guess she's kind of fun to deal with, but she doesn't have a lot of screen time. I honestly could give her more, but I really kind of don't want to. She's obnoxious, and her voice is very obnoxious. And keeper, and only appears in a couple episodes. He's a normal, average elementary school boy, I guess. No, not really. Well, voice-wise. So he's kind of fun to voice act as, but I don't know. I honestly have fun with everyone in general.
Where do you get most of your jokes from for your Bird series?
Well, I'm not a pop culture person. I like a lot of culture, but I don't really like incorporating it too much into my series. I'm not a racist joke person. I'm not a what's the other term for it? I don't have a term for it. Whatever. I don't like to make these really long-winded jokes either. I really like to play with what's there. So the jokes are literally kind of shouting out to you, kind of like Sailor Moon. Sometimes we'll have some of those jokes criticizing like the animation. Sometimes things will be right there jumping out at you, and it's funny. So I pretty much base a lot of my humor off of what's actually in front of you. Some people call it, I think the term is chandeliering. I don't know, but whatever. It doesn't really... I actually got some complaints about that. I was doing that too much.
If you could give any advice to any new upcoming Bridgers, what advice would that be?
That the number one thing that I look forward to when it comes to an abridged series is the editing, and a lot of people underestimate it, and they don't really pay attention to it. I know for a fact that I'm not so great at lip flaps. I'm getting better, but I'm big on editing, and when I see an abridged series, I want to see nice, clean edits. I don't want to see things panning up and down because of the movement of the scene, you know. And I don't want to see, if they're repeating a scene, almost these crossfades, these repeated crossfades. I would say that if you're going to be in an abridged series, if you're going to make one, I would say definitely have a good editing program and a good editor. Because if it doesn't look good, people are going to be turned off right away.
If you could pick two abridgers to duke it out at anywhere in the world, who would they be and why?
Two abridgers just to randomly fight each other? I would say the most awesome fight ever. Well, does it have to be abridgers, or can I say parody people as well?
Yeah, you can say parody people as well.
I would say Prince Roy versus Immortal. It's epic. It would be some seriously epic stuff, because their humor styles are completely opposite. And they're two of my greatest buddies, and they're just so funny. And I just would love to see these two challenging each other. I don't know, I'm just trying to think about it right now, and it almost doesn't work in my head, but it's absolutely hilarious.
If you could go back in time at anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Oh, wow. This question... Back in time, anywhere in the world. I'm not going to get political at all, so I'm not even going to say I'm not going to say anything really political. I'm going to stick to something funny that I would like to have stopped. The creation of mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise. Forever. And whoever created it, I would just like to just go over to them and just stomp their balls. Just like, no! No! Another time I would like to be, go back in time for would be, like, I guess the 50s or something, or 60s, just to go to those rad beach parties that they had. Because they look so funny. Yeah, hitting up on the beach. And I guess another great time that I would love to have been alive for and been there, during the 70s and Woodstock, 60s, Woodstock. Like, during those times, like, where rock music and drugs and everything. I'm not a drug person. The music was awesome and everything, so I would have loved to have been there. And why? To party, obviously. When I was a kid, my parents pretty much raised me in the 80s, so I already knew kind of, like, what the 80s tasted like, so I'm happy.
Anyways, I think that'll be it. I want to thank you again, Whip0f, for being on tonight.
No problem.
Yay. Anyways, for those of you that are curious enough to watch her series, just drop on by her YouTube account at youtube.com/Whip0fAlchemy. Anything you want to say before we end it?
The O in my name is not an O, it's a 0. For you who can't locate my name or my page or anything, it's a 0. And you're just retarded. The end.
Okay, anyways. Thanks again for being on tonight. This is Chicken Wings with Tax saying good night.